finally happening. May is over, but most people are unaware of what is happening. Everyone thinks they will wake up to the same morning on June 1st, but that is not the case. June 1st, 2025. A silent but powerful threshold. For most people, it will start like any other day. But you will notice the air feels a little different this morning. Time is heavier, your heart beats more cautiously. Because the universe is launching a new cycle, it has been preparing for a long time. And this is not just a new month. This is the closing of old energies and the long-awaited rise of potential that has been building for years. May completed your spiritual awakening, and June will bring you the best part of your life. Whether you believe it or not, you will create the life of your dreams this month. Today, June 1st, 2025, is not just a new beginning on the calendar. It is the invisible door to a shift in frequency. This door is open for those who have let go of the weight of the past. But for those still tied to the old, this transition will go unnoticed. Today, the moon has entered Leo, and we are now at the heart of Purva Phalguni. This is not an ordinary energy transition. It is an echo whispered to you by the universe. While everyone else waits for a loud sign from the sky, this energy opens its door only to those who are silent. So pay attention to what you feel today, to the small vibrations, the inner pulls you can't make sense of, the undefined hopes. These are signs. Because June isn't just beginning. June is reminding us, and if you hear this message, you've probably been called. The door to the universe has opened, but it is too subtle for everyone to see. The sky is calling you, but it cannot shout. It only reaches your frequency. So if this video has reached you today, there is a reason. It is not a coincidence. It is a silent collision at the heart of time. And if you are here, you are meant to be heard. Now ask yourself, are you truly ready? Because it's not just those who notice this energy who will feel it, but those who align with it. And when tomorrow comes, you'll realize you weren't late. You remembered in advance. But don't worry. Soon, we'll explain what's spiritually awaiting you on the first day of June and what you left behind in May. I recommend staying until the end, because only those who watch until then will understand the secret information I'll share at the end of the video. Before we go into this, I want you to do 3 things. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave the number 777 in the comments. You can also share it with someone you want to benefit from this video and support their spiritual awakening. Now let's go deeper. Today is June 1st, but the energy it carries comes from far beyond today. The moon is currently moving toward the heart of Purva Phalguni. And the sky is not shouting at you, it is listening to you. If you felt a small but inexplicable shift in your breath, mind, or emotions this morning, you did not imagine it. The portal did not just open, it recognized you, and now it is watching you. Perhaps you have already noticed this. An old memory that comes to your mind out of the blue. The impression of an invisible but felt presence. Remembering an old wound, but this time, noticing it rather than it noticing you. This is not confusion. This is realignment on the spiritual plane. When the moon passes through this nakshatra, it brings to light not the emotions that remain on the surface, but those that lie much deeper, forgotten. And now, everything that rises to the surface of your inner ocean is sacred. Purva Phalguni is ruled by Bhaga, the god of inner joy, grace, and sacred pleasures in Hindu mythology. But this joy is not superficial happiness. It is the lightness that comes when you return to your inner truth. It is the relief that arises when the old begins to fade away and truth takes its place. That is why today you may feel both light and heavy, a sudden desire to be alone, emotions rising for no reason, tears coming for no reason. That moment when you say, "There is no reason," is actually your soul remembering something you thought you had forgotten. Today's deep message is not about what is happening outside, it is about what is activating inside. And this kind of spiritual activation does not always feel powerful. Sometimes it is the opposite. It comes as fragility, emptiness, and uncertainty. But that is where the door is. When the surface breaks, the signal can seep in. Right now, the universe isn't expecting you to take action. It just wants you to notice the thought spinning in your mind, to watch the person who pops into your head even though you didn't call them. Because the signs won't come loudly today. They'll slip in quietly, in a glance, in a word, in a shift of energy in a room. This is the beginning of a remembrance. Not loud, but clear. And when the moon shines in the silence of Purva Phalguni, it illuminates not just the sky, but the next clue to your story. If you can be still enough, you will receive it. If you don't feel productive today, don't worry. This isn't a productivity test, it's an awareness test. To feel what others overlook, to hear what everyone else ignores. Because those whispers, they're a map. And those who hear them today aren't just living a day, they're stepping into a new vibrational timeline. The first day of June doesn't just begin with an inner remembrance. It also hosts a powerful alignment in the sky that invites you to confront the most fragile part of your heart. Today, the moon's journey through the Purva Phalguni nakshatra invites your soul to inner joy. While in another important corner of the sky, Venus and Chiron are touching the wound of love in the truest sense. This conjunction of Venus and Chiron is not an ordinary planetary meeting. It is an energy field that makes every wound from the heart visible, calls you to heal. But first, ask the question, why did I break? Venus represents love, aesthetics, connections, and value. Chiron, on the other hand, is known in astrology as the wounded healer, an archetype that can bring healing to others even if it cannot heal its own wound. The fact that these two energies are coming together at the beginning of June indicates that a deep test has been triggered, especially in terms of relationships, self-worth, body image, and the bonds we form through love. However, this is not a punishment. It is a call for clarity. Because right now the universe is telling you, stop leaving yourself wounded. Perhaps there is a feeling you have been carrying inside you for years. Feelings of not being seen, not being loved, feeling worthless. Perhaps there is an unresolved knot in a relationship, a family bond, or your relationship with yourself that is still right in the middle of your heart. Today, this knot may make itself felt. Perhaps with a word, perhaps with a glance, perhaps just with an inner restlessness. But this restlessness is a harbinger of a cleansing door. Because when Venus and Chiron are together, the fragility you have been hiding can no longer be hidden. Moreover, the purpose of this is not to weaken you, it is to lift you from where you are to a higher frequency. This conjunction is also a portal for healing love. However, this love does not come from outside. It is the love you feel for yourself. If your eyes well up when you look in the mirror today, if an old pain rises within you, or if you find yourself thinking about forgiving someone, then you are experiencing this effect. Because Chiron opens the divine door of forgiveness, but first it wants you to honestly answer the question, why does it still hurt? So how do you work with this energy? First of all, don't suppress any of your feelings. Today, you may feel tired, fragile, or inexplicably sad. These feelings are not there to harm you. They are there to heal you. Allow them. See the broken parts of your heart without hiding them. The Venus-Chiron conjunction tells you, healing does not come from being strong. It comes from truly feeling. If you feel like writing a letter tonight, write it. If you feel the need to confront something, talk to yourself first. And if you feel like crying, don't hold back. Because tears are sometimes the soul's return to itself. The greatest lesson from this conjunction is this: compassion is not just something to be shown to others. The compassion you show to your own broken parts is the magic that changes your destiny the most. And today's sky is saying exactly that. If there is still an unfinished story in your heart, this Venus-Chiron conjunction has come not to end it, but to transform it. The moon, being in Purva Phalguni and Venus conjuncting Chiron on the same day, is no coincidence. One touches inner happiness, the other touches inner wounds. And when these two energies come together, what emerges is true inner freedom. Because only by accepting the wound can you transcend it. Every inner turmoil you experience today is actually leading you to the door of a closed dimension. You are there now. You are at the threshold. And all you need to do to step inside is to surrender honestly to your true feelings. June doesn't just want you to face this angle, it's telling you, this time, don't leave the past in the past. Give it meaning, and then be free. Every emotion you go through with this sky angle can actually be the beginning of healing. But remember, the key to healing is not in others, it's in your hands. But every healing process begins with a call to return. What you are experiencing today does not belong only to today. It is a call from the past. Unfinished sentences, suppressed feelings, and unresolved memories can all knock on your door again today. Because the Venus-Chiron conjunction sheds light not only on the present, but also on past versions of yourself. An emotion you experience today may actually be an echo of a moment you experienced years ago. Perhaps the energy of an emotion you suppressed, couldn't express, or couldn't be understood at the time is now surfacing to be resolved. At this point, most people retreat. They ask, why now? But the answer is simple: because you are ready. Even if the mind doesn't notice, when a door opens at the energy level, the soul wants to gather everything left behind that door. That's why today, past relationships, unfinished conversations, or people you say, I don't know why they still come to mind, may come back into your life. This is no coincidence. It is a process of gathering. Files left open in the energy field want to be closed. The first day of June is more than just a calendar page. June 1st is the echo of a universal callback. And today, we are facing a realignment, not only on the physical level, but also on the spiritual level. This day carries a timestamp of every file you left open in the energetic realm, every unfinished story surfacing to be resolved. And this is no coincidence. As the moon moves toward the center of Purva Phalguni, the inner depth of this nakshatra also comes into play. This constellation is associated with pleasure, peace, and inner harmony, but it is also a gateway where neglected emotions are summoned back, where remnants of energy we once suppressed but have not yet lost their effect surface within us. This is the point where the old self is demanding one last response from you. Every feeling, every thought that comes today is a request for closure. Most people ask, why am I feeling so intense? But the real question is, were you aware that you had suppressed these feelings before? Because the soul never forgets what has been suppressed. And the energy gateway that the moon has found today has opened to bring those forgotten pieces back together. This is the moment of reunion. A scattered mind, divided energy, forgotten heart messages, all of it is coming back to you at once. This is not chaos. This is the process of realigning. But here's the truth. These kinds of energy transformations are often felt as tests. Today you might think, Why am I constantly trying but getting stuck? At this point, you must realize that this is not your fault. This is the energy pushing you to close the previous cycle. Sometimes, before starting something new, you need to be sure that the old thing is completely over. June 1st brings this energy. Now finish it completely. Return to yourself. If there are people, events, or situations in your life right now that shake you up, even if they seem like coincidences, these are energies that have found you to be resolved. Avoiding them only condemns you to walk the same path for longer. Today's energy is calling you to confront them. Everything you run away from finds you, because you are now ready for this confrontation. This vibration that comes with the first day of June is not just a test, it is also an energy of selection. Because on days like these, you either notice it or you disappear. The soft but profound influence of the moon either draws you in or leaves you out. Who consciously passes through this transition is evident, not only from their behavior, but also from their vibration. And yes, the universe is recording this. Remember, today is not a to-do list day. Today is a feel, notice, complete day. This is not a warning. It is a reminder. And the spiritual realms are very clear. Those who can capture this feeling will be able to rebuild their energy for the rest of June. For those who miss it, the same cycle will feel like a drag. So why do some people notice these cycles while others get stuck at the same points? What really makes the difference? Here's a secret I'll share with you today. Consciousness always receives approval at the spiritual level first, then moves into the physical world. So if something isn't working out, the reason isn't external circumstances. It's because the inner approval hasn't come yet. And the interesting thing is, today is a day when these inner approvals are being rewritten. The sky isn't just in transition, it's watching your transition too. Have you ever had to leave something behind for no apparent reason? Have you ever felt a sudden urge to stop when everything was going smoothly? Or the opposite? Have you ever made a decision out of nowhere when nothing was ready and everything suddenly accelerated? These are the moments when the energetic transition gates are active within you. And today, the first day of June, is one of those moments. But the difference is this. Today, it's not your choice, but your soul's choice that's active. So old habits, connections that make you feel safe but hinder your growth, may resurface. This isn't a test, it's an offer. An offer that asks, do you really want to leave this behind now? And now here, something very personal may happen to you. Perhaps a dream, perhaps that familiar yet inexplicable feeling that fills you when you open your eyes in the morning. Perhaps someone will call you at an unexpected moment. Perhaps a song, a photo, or a place will come to mind. These are not coincidences. These are the echoes of the still open doors in your energy field. If, all of a sudden, you feel a strong emotion about someone you haven't thought about in a long time, don't suppress it. It's not about you. It's about a knot in your field that wants to be untied. And the solution is much simpler. Notice it, feel it, and let it go. Because if you don't let it go today, June will make you let it go. But this time, it will be more intense, more challenging. Now turn off your phone, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and ask yourself this. What am I carrying inside me that doesn't belong to me? Face the first answer that comes to you, because that answer could be the key to your energetic healing today. You don't need to do anything to receive these inner answers. Just make space. Just be silent. Just be willing to observe, because today's energy brings you not an active result, but a silent renewal. And if you allow it, the changes you will see over the next 7 days may even surprise you. June is a month when destiny is rewritten. But first, you need to close the current page. So today, just look. What has ended but is still open? What do you keep holding on to, thinking, maybe one day, even though it needs to be closed? Because remember, you may not have opened these doors, but only you can close them. Pay attention to your dreams tonight, because tonight will be one of those rare nights when your soul doesn't sleep. While your body rests physically, your soul will undergo a process in another dimension. The universe will determine how you enter June while you sleep. Therefore, when you wake up in the morning, you may feel extraordinarily happy, clear, and peaceful. Or on the contrary, you may wake up with an inexplicable heaviness, indecision, or emotional collapse. And yes, there will be no middle ground this time. Because tonight is a definitive turning point in energetic alignment. So here's our suggestion. Set an intention before going to sleep. I release any energy that does not serve me throughout June. I allow my soul to be processed, and in the morning, I want to wake up with only my own truth. This simple yet powerful statement can open the door to the messages that will enter your dreams tonight. When you wake up in the morning, the first thing you should do is write down the dreams you had. Even if you don't remember them, just write down how they made you feel. The first 7 minutes after waking up are critical because that's when your subconscious is most open. Even if you don't understand what you saw, writing it down will bring you great awareness later on. These dreams may whisper to you about the areas of your life that will undergo transformation in June. Sometimes it's a symbol, sometimes an old acquaintance, sometimes a voice. But one thing is certain, your soul has received a message. And if this message has made you a little uneasy, if you woke up from the dream with a slight sense of unease, this is nothing to be afraid of. It shows that the universe is warning you about something and beginning to prepare you for it. Because sometimes the strongest energies come in the quietest forms. Instead of trying to decipher what the dream means, just write down your feelings and let them go. Know that those feelings will gain meaning within a few days through an event, an encounter, or a decision that comes from within. And this is precisely where the real alignment process begins. Because when the message your soul receives merges with your awareness, a door opens. To pass through that door, you need to surrender, not analyze. It's natural for your mind to be filled with the question, why do I feel this way? But remember, some answers can only be understood by experiencing them. If you want to call someone, perhaps you have unfinished business with that person. If you want to go to a place, perhaps a part of your soul is still there. Don't dismiss the impulses you feel inside, because in the first days of June, intuitive desires are your spiritual compass. These intuitions are talking to you. You just need to listen carefully. And now, pay attention to this very important ancient knowledge. The most powerful way to work with these kinds of spiritual energies is to make space. That is, to make space mentally and emotionally. Today is the perfect time to sort through your old belongings, delete old messages, and say goodbye to anything that has been sitting around for years but no longer serves you. Because the universe does not send new energy without seeing empty space. Spiritual laws work just like physical laws. You can't receive when you're full. As you cleanse and expand, you receive. According to ancient Vedic wisdom, the first week of the new moon is a week of energy cleansing. Therefore, it is recommended to burn sage at home, take a saltwater shower, and consciously look at the sun in the morning. This is because the internal preparation during these first few days will determine the frequency of the rest of June. The simpler it is, the higher it will be. Every intuitive signal you receive during the first week of June will form the foundation for the next cycle. Anything you ask yourself, why did this come to mind now? Could be a kind of energetic reminder. A song, a dream, a face, a word. Every seemingly ordinary detail could be a spiritual code. So this week, remove the word coincidence from your life, because nothing is random anymore. Everything is part of a harmony. The best thing you can do in this process is not to resist, but to surrender. Just stop and allow the universe to change your reality. Because real awakening begins when you simply feel, without doing anything.